So here we go, RV. If you need help understanding, we got high-tech assistance here, RV, and it's writing Venus, because I write in Venus, and almost everything that's involved with this channel rides in Venus at some point. So we got another bee situation. Nothing unusual or new really as far as problems or massive changes or nothing. I mean, what they do is massive, but in my point of view, from my point of view, it's very massive for their size. What they do is so amazing. Pretty soon, I'm gonna have my APMA tops and feeders, and that's where we're gonna scream to the end and hopefully have 7 to 10 boxes of bees. The wild hive is still doing its own thing. I'm kind of like wondering what's going on with them because they're so stalled out. They stalled out mostly because I pulled some of the best comb and honey and stuff and threw it on the package hives, or the main package hive. I consider the original package hive the package hive, and then the other one is like a product of the package hive mostly. We're to the point where hopefully in a week or two I'll be pulling bees and putting them down at the wild hive down there, because they've stalled out. I don't think they're dead. I haven't cared for them for quite a while, but they need some care. Probably I'm gonna hopefully care for them tonight or towards this evening. And what I do mainly, I think, is hopefully refill their liquid feeder, but I'm not sure if they've even really touched it. I don't know about recently, but I've seen them bring pollen in the hive down there. So anyways, the difference in these hives, of course, this is the original package hive. I'd say the population has seemed like between 4 and possibly up to 8 times more bees than this one. But this is playing catch up. I don't know how it's doing it. I mean, I haven't done a thorough inspection like I need to and I want to, but really I'm not going to be able to do that till next year. To me, a thorough inspection kills bees. I'm not the best beekeeper there is, but I have not seen it possible that there's no bees. There's not more. Each frame you handle kills more bees most likely, or a high chance of killing more bees. So this is growth time. This bee the time. I got a bee buzzing the camera and buzzing me. We don't want that. I don't have any protection on. I don't have the smoker. So the package hive is, to me, the population is more than the other the results of the package hive. It met me back. It didn't follow me all the way around, and then as soon as I get over there, it met me back here. I'm gonna go all the way around. But the package hive is, I believe, more of a honey producer. I can't say the population for sure is more in here than in here, because I haven't inspected the hive. I haven't looked at the brood strength. I almost never look for a queen, at least in this type of situation where it's like, oh my gosh, it's going to be a while before I can really inspect the hive. And like I said, I don't like to do that very often. For me, I think you inspect in inspect the hive in dire situations where it's a must to figure out what's going on. And I got another bee buzzing me. I don't think it's the same one. He's just buzzing me though. It's not like, you know, it doesn't seem like I'm going to sting you, buzz. But it's like very close to you, buzz. And I'm just not wanting to be landed on or buzzed right now. So yeah, this one has way more honey production. As far as comb though, I think this one is really, really close, you know? This one, what did I do this just a little while ago? This one, okay, we'll do the original hive first. So this one is very strong in population for how much I see gathering around as far as gathering around. This one, the hive has more constant and full bees, more and constant full comb. So it's a comb producer, and I guess a population producer. But again, I didn't look at many. I don't think I looked at any frames really. As far as really looking at a frame, I just looked from the top, and the top was telling me they still got a lot to do. But I did pull out. Oh, I did pull out one frame, and it had a empty frame with no foundation with them building comb. So that's the first one that I really think I've noticed lately since I started the package hive, that they're like really building comb on a new thing, especially on an empty one with no foundation. I'm gonna change that. If these have foundation or whatever, hopefully I'm going to be making my own foundation very soon. I already have the tools to do it mostly. I just need a wax melter. I need to use a slow cooker for that. But yeah, this one is really good at building comb. It's like, how do they build comb but not population and not honey? Or I'm not saying not honey, but I'm not saying they're not doing honey. This one is just so heavy, so much heavier than this. This is maybe around 2 to 4 times more weight than this one, I bet, in total weight. So it's very interesting, huh? Maybe this one is like spreading their brood around and spreading their honey around and stuff. They definitely have honey. That new comb on the empty frame it was only a little bit. It was only like a couple sections like this, or one big section like this, and then maybe a smaller section like about like that. And so, but it's got honey. So anyways, this one is really amazing. They're both amazing in their own way. This one is no slouch. It's the total weight for both hives. This one might be, I didn't lift up the bottom of this, but yeah. So yeah, I only pulled out that one frame, and then I filled up the frame feeder over here. Very soon, like I was saying, if you may, I'm getting the tops so I can get decent tops. This is on top because my tops are bad. They leak. So that's what both of these are there for. So I'm gonna have extra top and extra feeder. So these are getting tops and feeders, and Wild Hive is getting a top feeder also, a top and a top feeder. I'm going to keep the inside feeder on this one, and I'm going to keep the inside feeder on the other one. Hopefully that'll give it enough boost on the Wild Hive down there to start doing something. It's not noticing growth much at all. This one, yeah, they're doing comb, but they're not going to the bottom as much, not nearly as much. Even when I smoke, I'm starting to get to where I don't like to wear my suit, and I don't like to wear gloves, and I don't like to smoke. But the worst out of all that for me is and for the experience, I think, for them, which is the main thing, the most important part is what it is for them. Less death, less stress. That's what I go for. Sure, my safety, because I don't want to be stung. I don't like to be stung. I've been stung probably dozens of times by now, at least a couple dozen, I'm pretty sure, since I started. Just here, this attempt I've gotten more stings than any others, but that's partly because of the wild hive, and partly because these are just kind of wild a little bit still, right, with the cross comb and all that. Anyways, yeah, this is really, both of them are looking really nice. I was kind of surprised to see, like, I lifted this hive up, and I'm like, oh man, there's gonna be bad news after I looked at that frame with the comb, and I was pretty happy lifting up and looking down in the frames. It's like, oh man, I wish it was filling up and being heavy like this. But I looked down in the frames, and the comb isn't as wide, of course, but that's because this had really wide comb to start with from the wild hive, like I was saying a little bit earlier. And this one, I think oh no, I haven't transferred bees yet. I don't know if I'm going to need to transfer bees from these two. Even though this one's stronger than this one, I don't want to mess with the balance of things, unless it's like, really, this is really strong, really, like, right now, I think I said it was, I might have said anyways, the population of this one is 2 to maybe 5 times. I was saying for the comb, I was saying 2 to 4 times more weight in this one, I think. But for the population, I think this is, I think I'm closer to 2 for both the comb and the weight and the population. This one's at least 2 to 5 times more than this, but it's hard to say without doing a good inspection, like I said. And then the comb, like all the stuff that I've said, you know what I've said. I forget what I've said. Maybe you don't know what I said. Maybe you forget already too. But it be the bee, right? So, yeah. Unless this one really looks like it's hurting, there was a bee down there. If you saw it, it had pollen on it. This one, I've said it before, I think this one pulls in per bee more pollen than this one. So that is the other positive for this one. Per bee, this one is pulling in a lot of pollen compared to that one. And to me, pollen seems like it, because you can have flowers around to give you pollen or whatever, and probably nectar. I don't know what flower or which has nectar or pollen, but you could ask the bees. Other beekeepers can tell you, oh, I know what type of pollen it is. It's like, I know what type of honey this is. It's like, really? You don't feed your bees at all? Even if you don't feed your bees at all, how do you know what type of honey it is? If you feed your bees, then, well, it's supplemented with sugar water, right? But anyway, so this has pollen, and so the only thing it needs is nectar, really, and sugar water is nectar, really. It's their substitute. They can handle it. Yeah, it's pretty expensive compared to free flowers, right? But anyways, yeah, I'm really excited. Overall in today's handling, I am not disappointed at all, but I was surprised so much that this is not catching up in weight. But the positive of it, again, is the comb, new comb, not just in that one frame. It's not filling out the comb wide, like I said, as wide as this, but they're building it. These, even though it's got at least 2 frames. I think I said this one I put a frame of 3 frames. This one has 3 frames of comb down there, maybe with brood, maybe with honey, I don't know. I just picked the best comb that wasn't cross comb and that I could pull out. So yeah, I might have brood down there, or either I might have put brood down there last time or this time, but they might be building brood, hopefully building brood down there pretty soon anyways. I haven't shuffled my frames to where like really inspecting them and nice frame, not nice frame, nice frame, not nice frame, which is what I usually do when I'm trying to build a hive or build a population. But I did look slightly, you know. I looked and I'm like, okay, that one looks better than the other one, you know. So anyways, I had to get going because there's a bee over there that's trying to take off and with a bee and drop it somewhere, and I want to go help it out. This is RV. If you want, you can go down in the description. There's a thing called GoFundMe. You can help fund this situation and make it even better, faster. And you can like or dislike this and share it. Email me, writing venus@gmail.com. Venus will give me the email. And if you want to help out somehow that way too, whatever, suggestions and comments, whatever, be good. If you want to see this happen more, that's where we're going.